Hey there, gentlemen. If you're over 50 and you're still drinking plain water from the tap thinking you're doing your body a favor, I've got some news that might just change your morning routine forever. In the next 7 minutes, I'm going to walk you through the 3 minerals that, when added to your water, can help wake up your circulation, restore your energy, and bring back that natural blood flow you might have thought was gone for good. And the third one, most men over 50 are running dangerously low on it, and it's the reason a lot of you wake up with leg cramps in the middle of the night. Stick with me. I'm Dr. Claire Weston, and for the past 20 plus years, I've worked with men in clinics from the Midwest to the East Coast, helping them figure out why their bodies stopped responding the way they used to. Before we dive in, do me a favor and drop a comment below telling me where you're watching from. I read every single one, and I love hearing from you all, whether you're tuning in from a small town in Texas, a beach house in Florida, or somewhere up in Maine. Hit that subscribe button too, because what I'm about to share is something most doctors won't tell you in a 15-minute appointment. Now let's get into it. Here's the thing nobody warns you about when you cross 50. Your body changes the way it handles water, and most folks have no idea how big that change really is. Back when you were in your 20s and 30s, every cell in your body acted like a sponge. You could chug a glass of water, and within minutes it was absorbed, distributed, and put to work exactly where it was needed. Your kidneys, your blood vessels, even your skin, they all work together like a well-oiled machine. But after 50, that machine starts running differently. Your body becomes less efficient at holding on to the water it takes in. Your thirst signal gets dull, so you might not even realize you're walking around slightly dehydrated most of the day. And your kidneys, those filters that used to be so precise, they start flushing out more fluid than they should, taking precious minerals and electrolytes with it. So you might be drinking the same 8 glasses of water you've always drunk, but a whole lot less of it is actually getting where it needs to go. And here's the part most men completely overlook. When your cells aren't getting the hydration and minerals they need, they start losing flexibility. Your arteries and capillaries, those tiny tubes carrying blood throughout your body, begin to stiffen up. Picture trying to water your lawn with one of those old garden hoses that's been sitting out in the sun all summer. The water still flows, but the hose doesn't bend right, the pressure drops, and you can't get the water where you actually need it. That's pretty much what's happening inside your body. This loss of flexibility makes it harder for blood to move freely, and it doesn't just affect your heart or your brain. It affects every part of your body that depends on strong, healthy circulation. You might notice your hands and feet feel colder than they used to. Maybe your energy starts dipping by 2 or 3 in the afternoon. And yes, you might have noticed that your morning response, the one that used to be automatic, isn't quite as reliable anymore. The desire hasn't gone anywhere, gentlemen. The circulation just slowed down. Plain water alone, refreshing as it is, doesn't fix that. Without the right minerals to carry electrical signals across your cells, your body can't fully open those blood vessels or deliver oxygen where it matters most. So even if you're drinking water all day long, your tissues might still be running thirsty. Not because of how much you drink, but because of what's missing from what you're drinking. Over the past 2 decades working with men's health, I've seen the same pattern over and over again. Guys come into my office frustrated, tired, feeling disconnected from their own bodies, like the engine just isn't firing the way it used to. And almost every time when we dig deeper, it's not aging that's the problem. It's dehydration at the cellular level and a lack of the minerals that keep everything running the way it's supposed to. Once you learn how to upgrade your water with the right minerals, things start to shift. Your energy comes back, your focus sharpens, and yes, your blood flow improves, especially where it matters most. All right, let's get into the 3 minerals that can change everything for you. The first one, and the most important for any man over 50, is magnesium. I call it the relaxation mineral, and that name fits it like a glove. Magnesium is what tells your muscles, your nerves, and even your blood vessels to relax. When your body has enough of it, your arteries can open up freely. Blood moves smoothly, your blood pressure stays steady, and your heart doesn't have to work overtime just to push blood through stiff, narrow vessels. For men, this matters even more. The same smooth muscles that line your arteries also exist inside the tissues responsible for firm, dependable performance down below. When those muscles stay tense and constricted, blood can't fill them properly, and things just don't work the way they used to. But when magnesium levels are healthy, those muscles relax, expand, and welcome blood flow naturally. That's the difference between circulation that struggles and circulation that thrives. And it doesn't stop with blood flow. Magnesium is also one of the quiet regulators of testosterone, the hormone behind your energy, your mood, and your drive. When magnesium runs low, your body cranks out more cortisol, which is your stress hormone, and cortisol, in turn, suppresses testosterone. But when you bring those magnesium levels back up, cortisol settles down, testosterone gets a chance to rise, and you start feeling that steady, calm strength coming back. Here's where it gets interesting. After 50, your body becomes less efficient at absorbing magnesium from food alone. The soils where our vegetables grow today are way more depleted than they were 50 years ago, and the average American diet just doesn't have enough of this stuff. So, if you've been waking up with leg cramps, feeling tense, or having trouble sleeping through the night, it might not be stress and it might not be aging. It might just be your body waving a flag and saying, "Hey, I'm running low on magnesium." Now, a lot of you have asked me about timing, and I want to address that head on, because I know there's been some confusion. Here's the simple answer. Magnesium is best taken in the evening, about an hour before bed. That's when your body uses it most for muscle recovery and deep sleep. The salt water I'm going to talk about next, that's a morning routine. Two different things, two different times. Don't mix them up. For the supplement itself, I recommend magnesium glycinate, around 200 to 400 milligrams a day. Glycinate is the form that's gentlest on the stomach and best absorbed. You can find good third-party tested brands at most pharmacies or online. And if you prefer to get it from food, load up on spinach, almonds, pumpkin seeds, and a square or two of dark chocolate. Within a couple of weeks, you'll start noticing your sleep gets deeper, your muscles feel looser, and your blood flow feels smoother. All right, mineral number 2, sodium. But hold on, I'm not talking about the kind of sodium you find in a bag of chips or sprinkled from a regular salt shaker. I'm talking about a small pinch of high-quality sea salt or pink Himalayan salt added to a glass of water first thing in the morning. Sounds too simple to make a difference, right? But for a man over 50, this one little habit can completely change how your body holds onto hydration all day long. Here's why. When you drink plain water, especially a lot of it at once, your body often can't hold on to it. You drink a big glass and 20 minutes later you're running to the bathroom. That's because without minerals like sodium, water just passes right through you instead of soaking into your cells where it actually does the work. It hydrates the surface, but not the deeper layers where energy and recovery actually happen. Sodium acts as a gatekeeper for hydration. It helps your body absorb and hold water inside the cells, where it supports your nerves, your muscles, and your electrical balance. Think of it like a tiny key that unlocks the door so the water can get inside. Without that key, the water just walks right past the door and out at the other side. But the quality of the salt makes all the difference. The refined table salt sitting in shakers at most diners and on most kitchen tables, that's been stripped of nearly all its trace minerals. It's basically just sodium chloride, a harsh chemical compound without the balancing elements your body actually needs. Real sea salt, or Himalayan pink salt, on the other hand, contains dozens of natural trace minerals, including magnesium, calcium, and potassium. Together, they create harmony inside your cells, supporting hydration, circulation, and steady energy. Here's what I want you to do. Tomorrow morning, before your coffee, before anything else, fill a tall glass with water at room temperature. Then add a tiny pinch of sea salt, or Himalayan salt, about what fits on the tip of your pinky finger. Stir it up and drink it down. You're not making salt water. You're not going to taste much of anything. What you're doing is giving that water structure, charge, and the minerals your body recognizes as fuel. A lot of my patients tell me that within just a few days of starting this morning ritual, they notice their energy feels steadier. The mid-afternoon crash starts to fade. Their minds feel clearer, and they don't get that bloated, sloshy feeling from drinking water on an empty stomach. It's the simplest change you can make, and honestly, it might be the most powerful. Now, mineral number 3. This is the one I told you about at the start, the one most men over 50 are running dangerously low on. Potassium, the quiet balancer. Most guys never think about potassium. It doesn't get the spotlight that magnesium or even sodium does. But this mineral is absolutely essential for smooth communication between your heart, your blood vessels, and every single cell in your body. Without enough potassium, things start going sideways in ways you might not connect to your diet at all. Potassium's main job is keeping the electrical rhythm steady, the rhythm that controls your heartbeat and your circulation. When you have enough of it, Your arteries can expand and contract easily, letting blood move where it needs to go. When you don't, those same arteries get tense and resistant, forcing your heart to work harder with every single beat. That extra strain shows up as higher blood pressure, fatigue, and that vague feeling that your energy just isn't what it used to be. Potassium also has a beautiful partnership with sodium. While sodium helps your body hold onto water, potassium acts as the counterweight, making sure you don't retain too much fluid or get too tense. That balance between the two is what keeps your blood pressure stable and your tissues nourished. The challenge is that after 50, most American men eat way less fresh produce, which is the main natural source of potassium, and way more processed foods that are loaded with the wrong kind of sodium. That imbalance slowly drains your vitality without you even noticing. Here's the simple fix. Add a small scoop of a low-sugar electrolyte powder to your water, especially after you've been working in the yard, after a workout, or on hot summer days. Even half a scoop can make a real difference in how your body feels within just a few days. Look for brands without artificial colors or sweeteners, ones that list potassium, magnesium, and sodium on the label. You can also get more potassium naturally from bananas, sweet potatoes, white beans, avocados, and good old-fashioned baked potatoes. Cooking up a baked potato a few times a week is one of the easiest ways to get more potassium into your diet. A lot of men describe feeling lighter, calmer, and more stable once they start getting enough potassium. Their heartbeat feels smoother, their circulation feels more open, and their energy feels even throughout the day instead of crashing and spiking like it used to. So let me give you a simple, practical action plan you can start tomorrow morning. Step 1. When you wake up, before coffee, before breakfast, fill a tall glass with water and add a tiny pinch of sea salt or Himalayan pink salt. Drink it down slow. Step 2. Throughout the day, eat magnesium-rich foods like spinach, almonds, pumpkin seeds, and dark chocolate. Drink water steadily, not all at once. Step 3. After exercise, yard work, or any heavy sweating, mix a low-sugar electrolyte powder with potassium into your water to restore balance. Step 4. About an hour before bed, take a magnesium glycinate supplement, 200 to 400 milligrams. This helps with deep sleep and overnight muscle recovery. That's it. 4 simple steps. Nothing fancy, nothing expensive, nothing you can't pick up at your local grocery store or pharmacy. When you start doing this consistently, something pretty remarkable happens. Water stops being just hydration. It becomes fuel. Within a week or two, most men start noticing they wake up feeling more refreshed. The brain fog lifts. The morning sluggishness fades. By the end of the second week, energy feels steadier. Not those quick caffeine spikes that crash an hour later, but a calm, dependable current that carries you through the day. And then there's the change most men notice with quiet satisfaction. The return of stronger, healthier blood flow. That deep, natural warmth in the body that reminds you of what it felt like to be younger, stronger, more confident. That vitality never actually left you. It was just waiting for better circulation to wake it back up. So gentlemen, don't just keep drinking plain water after 50 and hope for the best. Turn it into a simple daily tool that supports your vitality. Add the minerals. Give your body what it really needs. And you'll start feeling the difference where it matters most. In your energy, your focus, your circulation, and yes, in the way you feel like a man. These are small changes, but they build up. When your blood flows better, everything in your life flows better. Your confidence, your mood, your strength, even the way you walk into a room. If you found this helpful, do me 3 quick favors. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next video where I'm going to talk about 3 foods every man over 50 should eat for testosterone. Share this video with a buddy who could use a boost, and drop a comment below telling me what you're going to add to your water tomorrow morning. I'll be reading and responding to as many as I can. I'm Dr. Claire Weston, reminding you that after 50, your vitality isn't lost. It's just waiting for you to wake it back up. Take good care of yourselves out there, and I'll see you in the next one.